season, I often see a lot of, but I'm a cookie girl. So I'm gonna have to take this pumpkin and mix it up to a cookie. And I'm gonna show you exactly how I'm gonna do it. Coming up, hi, I'm Diette, and welcome to Turtle's Tasty Treats, where we make baking from scratch easy. Today I'm really excited to share with you my pumpkin spice cookie recipe. Now this recipe, you will need the following ingredients. I have a cup of unsalted butter, 1 cup of granulated sugar, I have a cup of light brown sugar, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 1 egg and 1 egg yolk, 1 cup of pumpkin pureed, 2½ cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt, a 1/2 teaspoon of ginger, 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg, 1/2 teaspoon of allspice, and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. For our rolling sugar spice, you will need 1/2 cup of granulated sugar, a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, and a 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. To mix my ingredients up, I'll be using a large bowl, a whisk, a spatula, and my mixer. Now I'm going to preset my oven to 375 degrees. First things first, I'm going to start with adding my butter to my bowl. And let's mix it up. Now I'm going to add my vanilla extract to my butter. For the sweetness to really come through my cookie, I'm going to go ahead and add my granulated sugar and my light brown sugar. And let's mix it up. Next, I'm going to add my egg to my cookie dough. I always crack it into a separate bowl. That way, no shells and no bad egg goes into my cookie dough to mess it up. Now I'm going to go ahead and mix that 1 egg up. Let's mix it up. Now for my egg white, I'm going to go ahead and crack my egg and move my egg yolk back and forth in my egg shell. Once I just have my egg yolk, I'm going to go ahead and put my egg yolk into a separate bowl and then place my egg yolk only into my bowl. Let's mix it up. Taking my spatula, I'm going to go ahead and scrape down the sides of my bowl. This is going to ensure that all of my ingredients that may have been stuck to the side is all incorporated into my cookie dough. Now it's time to add all of my spices to my flour. That's my cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice, ginger, kosher salt, and baking soda. I'm going to add all of those to my flour. Now taking my whisk, I'm going to go ahead and mix everything up by hand. Now that all of my spices and flour is all mixed up, I'm going to add it to my wet ingredients a little bit at a time. Now, the reason why I add it a little bit at a time, because I don't want a cloud of flour. Let's mix it up. Now this cookie is not a pumpkin cookie without the pumpkin. So now I'm going to add the pumpkin to my cookie dough. And let's mix it up. Taking my spatula, I'm going to go ahead and scrape down the sides one final time. dough is all ready, I'm ready to go ahead and make the spiced sugar. I'm going to go ahead and take my cinnamon and my nutmeg and I'm going to add it to my granulated sugar. Next, I'm going to take my whisk and I'm going to go ahead and mix it up by hand. And now I'm ready to place that to the side for when it's time to roll each cookie dough in that scrumptious yumminess. With my spatula in hand, I'm going to remove all of my cookie dough off my paddle. Taking my ice cream scoop, I'm going to go ahead and scoop out cookie dough and place it onto my parchment lined paper about an inch apart. Now that all of my cookie dough balls are placed on my parchment lined paper, I'm going to go ahead and let them chill in the refrigerator for 20 minutes. Now that my cookie dough has chilled in the refrigerator for 20 minutes, I'm now ready to roll them in my sugary spice. Now that my cookie dough is all rolled in my sugary spice, I'm going to take my thumb and place it on top of each one of my cookie dough balls. That way, when they rise in the oven, they will still remain flat. I'm ready to bake our cookies now for 9 minutes. I've taken the cookies out of the oven. Now I'm going to let them cool on the baking tray for 5 minutes. My cookies have cooled for the 5 minutes. I'm going to move them now to the cooling rack where they'll cool down completely. And now it's time for us to taste our tasty treat. Ready, Jimmy?
Yep. That's good.
Very yummy. I'll see you in the next one and subscribe for more. Pumpkin cookie.